Are property prices really set to fall? Hello and welcome to Clearance Rate, a full wrap of the nation's residential property market over the last week. And in what's being hailed as good news for first home buyers, a new report predicts property prices in most of our capital cities will soon start to come down. According to the BIS Shrapnel Residential Property Prospects 2015 to 2018 report, house prices in Sydney and Melbourne will retreat by around 4% over the next 2 years. Brisbane prices, though, are expected to continue to grow for another couple of years. New South Wales real estate editor Tim McIntyre joins me now. And Tim, we're hearing reports that prices are going to come down. We're hearing other reports that there's a supply issue and that prices will continue to rise. Who do we believe?
Oh, look, Maura, we've got to look at the numbers themselves and notice that everything is happening differently in different cities around the country. I still think Sydney has some bit of growth left, which is the main market they're talking about, but it will come off. But that's what property cycles do.
And certainly those clearance rates are still right up there, showing an extremely healthy property market.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're struggling really at all, does it? Like, however many auctions you can throw at the market, we're still knocking over most of them. So that's
right.
it.
In terms of private house sales, what are we seeing over the last 7 days?
Look, still plenty of house sales, and we've now hit 900,000 median for the week.
That's it. We're looking for that $1 million mark now. We always put our little $2 on and bet on where that price will go. And if Sydney median price does hit $1 million, I'm going to give you 50 cents.
Okay, thanks very much,
I
Maura.
don't think they'll make it.
That'll happen. That'll happen by the end of the year, I'd say, for a weekly median.
All right. By the apartment front, we see Sydney still up there, Melbourne inching higher as well.
Yep, absolutely. Brisbane still offering some value down there. That's one market that's tipped to be sluggish for a little bit longer. It's a great time to buy, really. In
this latest BIS Shrapnel report, they say that apartments in Melbourne could be worst hit if property prices do come off a little bit. That's certainly because people are buying off the plan at the peak of the cycle at the moment, and potentially when those properties do come online and they settle, there could be a bit of a retreat in the overall price. So people putting out for something that might not be as valuable as they thought it would be. But overall price direction, what's it telling us, whether that's true or not?
Well, at the moment, it's not saying much. And Melbourne does have a big oversupply of inner city apartments. This is because development companies are going ahead and building them without needing finance. The rest of Melbourne, property market going pretty well, but the inner city, you wouldn't want to buy an apartment there right now.
I have heard a few whispers in the wings of late saying that the government's scare campaign of the oversupply issue, stating that there wouldn't be at all a property bubble burst, may not actually be as true, and that perhaps supply is under a little bit of pressure.
Well, look, places like Sydney, there's not enough property. Places like Melbourne, there's not enough of a lot of property, but there is too much inner city apartment. Now, when we're talking about bubbles bursting, what we should be talking about is the next trough in the property cycle. Property prices go up, they come off a little bit, then they go up again. That's how it works. It's not a bubble, it's not a bust.
So we need to start looking at the property market as different cities, different locations, and different types of dwellings and different locations within those bigger locations.
Absolutely.
And I just thought I was starting to get my head around it all. All right, time for our weekly sticky beak into what has sold over the last 7 days. And what have you got, Tim?
Well, you might remember not so long ago, the Skinny Terrace in Surrey Hills, which sold for $965,000.
It was literally 2 arms stretched out side by side width.
That's right, and on the inside about 38 square metres. Well, next door went up to auction on Saturday, and it passed in.
So no one was interested. Is this a sign that people aren't willing to pay these ridiculously high prices?
Well, the original one was $750,000 they wanted for it. It sold for $965,000. So this one went to market at with a price tag of $949,000, as you can do, because you've just had a recent sale which has been more. But obviously, everyone was just thought, no, I'm not going to do that again. I don't want to make the news for paying that much for this.
Oh well, property continues to be the hot topic on everybody's tongues. More Clearance Rate next week. See you then.